Hey guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 2K12 and 30 wins with 30 teams. You can tell my voice is a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can get 2 videos done. I've got actually 1 finished, so we'll see how I do on this one. I kind of did it backwards though, because this will be the first video going up today, and then I'll go ahead and get to Assassin's Creed 3. But anyway, Nada's fan and also some other people out of Minnesota, and I guess across the world, are going to be pretty excited here about the Minnesota Twins being featured here in 30 wins with 30 teams. So one of my favorite things, of course, to discuss during 30 wins with 30 teams is the history of the teams. We got a little bit of time here as we start things off. Let's kind of go over that. Now, the Minnesota Twins, they have a pretty interesting history. They actually can be traced back to 1894 when they were officially set up as the Kansas City Blues of the Western League. So play there for 7 years. 1901 rolls around, and they're like, you know what, let's go ahead and move to D.C. So they make a move to Washington, D.C., and become one of the 8 original teams in the American League, which I know is a little bit different because they became the Washington Nationals or the Washington Senators, depending on the time. And we think of the Washington Nationals as being an NL East team. But anyway, the Nationals are a story unto themselves. I'll go into that here when I get to that 30 wins with 30 teams. But anyway, while they were there during the 20s and 30s, I mean, they rocked actually quite a bit. But then they also went ahead and hit a point of mediocrity, which you don't like to see that out of any team. But anyway, in 1960, what happened is Major League Baseball goes ahead and says, Minneapolis, you are going to get a baseball team. We're going to expand. And the owner at the time here, actually his son, who was also his nephew, but he was his adopted son. There you go. Wanted to see if he could move the team to Minneapolis and then go ahead and give Washington the expansion team, which kind of seems a little out of the ordinary. But the league approved, and the team moved to Minnesota, and it became the Twins. Now, this took me so long to be able to figure out when I was trying to get into baseball. Why do the hats say TC on it? Twin Cities. There you go, guys. A little lesson if you learn anything right there. But some big name players have played with Minnesota over the years. One of my favorite guys, Harmon Killebrew. Just one of those big namers here that, you know, if you're learning baseball history, he's one of the guys that come down as one of the best power hitters that you're going to find in the history of the game. But and then what happened here too is, you know, they start doing really well in the 80s and 90s. Kirby Puckett and some other players. They have won 3 world championships in 1924, 1987, and 1991. So this team has had some success. Now, don't worry, guys. We're going to get into a little more here with things in a little bit. But, yeah, like I was saying, Harmon Killebrew, one of the big name players here. Rod Carew, Kirby Puckett. You know, we've also got a number of other guys, which I think is pretty cool to see. All these big name players playing for one team. But anyway, let's get to the game here. We are in the 2nd inning, as you could have seen earlier. Not too much necessarily has happened. Really, my offense hasn't been the greatest. But thank you, Willingham, for this one, as this barely goes over the wall. I thought that this was going to go foul, but it stays on the right side of the foul pole, 344 feet, and that's going to go ahead and give me the 1-0 lead. So I have been struggling hitting in this game here. As long as I get 1 run on the board, I'm happy with that. Ubaldo Jimenez is the guy I'm going up against in this one. So Ubaldo got some pretty interesting pitches. I mean, he's got some pretty intense fastballs. He's got some breaking balls as well that you can throw in there. So it's really tough to go up against him. So wasn't too excited that the computer chose him to go up against me in this one, but I guess that kind of adds to the fun of all of this. Makes it challenging for me as well. But, like I said, a 1-0 lead here. Hopefully, we'll be able to hold this, get the offense going, and come away with the W in this one. That would be nice. But, man, it's 30 wins with 30 teams. Of course, they get the W. That one is fair. Just by a few inches, it seems like. So, a little single on that one. So maybe we'll continue to get some offense going here in this 2nd inning. Unfortunately, though, we do not. Now, some recent history here for the Twins. A lot of people were kind of worried as we got to the beginning of, the millennium here, like in the early 2000s. There was a lot of rumors about what could happen with Minnesota because they weren't making that much money. And it was kind of hurting baseball a little bit. I mean, Bud Selig even went so far as to say that they could disband the Twins. Obviously, that did not happen. With the acquisition of Target Field, they really locked down, that they were going to be here for a while and stay in Minnesota. Because if they weren't going to get disbanded, there were rumors that they were going to get moved, which always, I think, is a sad thing if a team gets moved. Well, I shouldn't say always. I mean, there's some good reasons why. But strikeout right there here in the third inning. We're still getting it going. Cabrera coming up now. But, yeah, it was pretty interesting because at the Metrodome, it was something a lot of teams really didn't like to play at because the Metrodome was had artificial turf. And so if you've ever played on a baseball field that is like that, it is crazy. The way the ball bounces in the infield, just the overall feel of the game changes a lot. But it really gives a huge boost to the home team, the team that's used to it. So, Target Field comes out in 2010. Awesome, awesome stadium in so many regards. A lot of people in baseball really welcomed it. And so did people out of Minnesota because it was a symbol of people of the Twins staying there. It was a great investment in the future just all around of the Twins. And, MLB liked it too because it gave everybody a fair chance. But anyway, getting back to the game here, hitting the right field. Willingham once again. See, he can really go down and hit those balls that are low and outside. Works for me. All right, this one, though, oh, my gosh, Cabrera with a great dive. And we're looking at a double play right there. So I thought I'd get something going offensively, not the case. Welcome to the 6th inning, everybody. 2 outs here. And we're looking at a hit. But not going to be, oh, my gosh, not going to be caught. So going to get over to second here on an error. Why did I even throw over to first? I'll tell you why. Because I've been getting really annoyed with the way that the computer, I can't get like a leadoff or anything. I can't round first even just a little bit to kind of eyeball second base without the computer going ahead and throwing it back to first. It is not cool. All right. Another good hit for me. So maybe we can get another run because I'm not comfortable with the 1-0 lead here. The Indians can put some stuff together. Now, granted, having played the Chris Rose series as long as I have, I can tell you that offensive production can sometimes be tough for the Indians. Maybe that'll happen in this game here, but runners on first and second for me here with 2 outs. 0-2 pitch, this slider. This one going into right field. That is going to hit the wall. That's going to bring 1 runner around, and I will have runners on second and third, so having 2 in scoring position now is huge for me. I may be able to make this 4-0 with a pretty decent hit. But 2-0, double my lead. Look, I'm excited about that, going from 1 run to 2. But hey, every little bit helps in baseball. That 1 extra run could make the difference here in this one. Valdo's still been pitching really well. All right, 1-2 count now here. Another hit for the computer. So we're starting to get hits on both sides. Uh-oh, that was in the red. Whew. After that 1 throw, I get really, really worried. I probably should sit there, wait, get some solid footing, and then throw. So that way I'm not as likely to make a bad throw. 7th inning, 1 out here. Another hit for the computer. Runners on first and second for them, and I'm starting to feel the pressure right here. A bomb can make it 3-2. A really good hit in the outfield to get 2 runs. So I'm going to go ahead and make a switch here at this point. Fortunately, I am able to get out of that jam here with runners on first and second. But because another thing that I love to do with 30 wins with 30 teams is to go ahead and bring in a few more players than I usually do. Just so that way somebody's favorite player is a relief pitcher. We can bring them in, showcase them, and you guys can get excited. All right, 8th inning now. Got some decent pitches to be able to go with right here. Got 5 of them, but gosh, it's tough when they're all in the 70s. I guess that's kind of good because then you can really choose from just about anything. You guys know how it goes. If you've got one pitch, it's like a 90, and all your other pitches are like 40s or 50s. Kind of know what's going to be your go-to pitch, and you kind of formulate a pattern to try and use that one pitch to your advantage. But the slider gets the strikeout right there. We keep things going, and I appreciate your service on the mound, but we're going to bring somebody else in now since it is the 9th inning. So again, Burton, thank you for that pitching performance. Perkins coming in now to try and close this game out. Now see, this is one of those times I would bring in my closer for sure. It is a safe situation. Glenn, buddy, it is all up to you. So we'll see if we get the win and the save. But this is 30 wins with 30 teams. You kind of know I get the win. Question is, do I get the save? Now, because not too much has happened here earlier in the game, I'm going to do one of my favorite things here, and that is show the entire 9th inning. All right, so 3 good pitches. Look at that, a good changeup, a decent fastball. That's a good combination for me right there. I like throwing the changeup. I don't know why, but changeup tends to be one of my favorite pitches to throw. I can't remember what the velocity of the fastball is. I won't be able to find out right there as that one goes foul. Maybe I'll be able to do it right here. I don't know. Or I think I might be going ahead, trying the slider, starting outside, bringing it into the strike zone. And it works. Watches that one for strike 3. All right. So we got 1 out now. That's not bad. That's a great way to start off the 9th inning, too. A hit I'm not too worried about because then I can get a double play and end the game. But great pitching in this game all around. I think I can count on one hand the amount of hits the Indians have been able to get so far. But then again, my hitting has not been the greatest either. Perkins making the throw over to first, and he is out. 1 out left here. How is this going to end? Oh, I thought he was going to swing his bat and hit the ump in the face. Nope, Santana wouldn't do that. I know. I can't remember. Do they do it in 2K12? Can you still hit the ump in the face? I don't remember. Strike 1 on that fastball. 96. There we go. Now, another strike. A high fastball. So I'm in a good position here to be able to end the game with a quick strikeout. What do I go with here for number 3? I don't know, but it's a foul ball. So he's still alive. Game still continues. Will this be the final pitch? Hey, there we go. So the Twins do get a 2-0 win here in this one. Yep. 6 hits to 4. It's probably the least I've seen in a long time in this game. But you guys are awesome. I definitely do appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with my voice here as I'm trying to get better here pretty quick. Should be back up and running soon. More 30 wins with 30 teams to come here as soon as I get things back up and running. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you guys have a good one.